afternoon, everyone, and welcome to This Week from Rockdale. And I am your host, Larry Cox. And it's great to have each and every one of you joining me tonight. So I'm going to go through the chat and say hello to some people. Good evening, Yoga with Joy. Great to have you here today, Joy. Great to be with the show. Alex McDonald, great to have you tonight. Mary Boysworth, Charlotte Gellert, Marie Weathers, George Kelichek, Justin Kinney, Jill Oden, Cheryl Moulton. Great to have you guys here tonight. If you've not said it, Vuko Russo, great to have you. Stephen Mayo, great to have you here. William Campbell, great to have you here tonight. Great to have the show. We got a good audience growing. Like always, guys, let's share, like the show, grow the audience so that we can keep everybody informed of what's going on here in Rockdale County uh, uh, and know what is going on here tonight in good old Rockdale County. So there's some things going on, and we just need to all know what's going on and talk about it. Joey Williams, great to have you here tonight, Joey Williams. Great to have everybody join us on the show tonight. So tonight, we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about proposed RV park here at 3260 East Fairview Road, right down the road from me. I'm 3236. It's right around the curve for me. The proposed RV park. They had the planning and zoning meeting this week, and I'll tell you what, this neighborhood, this community showed up and showed out. They really came. Cheryl Garcia, you and Ben, great to have you. They really showed up tonight, letting people know. I mean, the other night, letting the zoning and commission know that the folks in this area did not want an RV trailer park being brought to East Fairview Road. Well, let's talk about this a second. A trailer RV park on South Rockdale, East Fairview. There's nothing here. That's 40 acres of land, and he planned on putting 200 units in there for 200 RVs to be able to go in there. That's a little bit crowded. All of them going to be on septic because sewer doesn't run up this way. So you'd have septic for every one of those sites. Guys, not acceptable. This is an agricultural residential area right here. We do not need that in South Rockdale. Um, they were going to be proposed 30-day stay time period, and then you can renew. 30 days for this RV park when there's nothing here. It would be crazy. Guys, who in Rockdale County would want them to put an RV park 100 yards from your house? And that's what it would be for me. An RV park 100 yards from where I live. Even though there would be a tree line, I don't want that. With the traffic, the issues, you've got people who would be living here long term. Uh, that's just not appropriate for this. And this thing about it, people talk about, do you know, we always hear this from the commission. It's not Mayberry anymore. I moved to Rockdale County, and specifically the portion of Rockdale that I moved to, for the peace and quiet and the country. Actually chose this for a reason because it was agricultural, residential, uh, no hustle bustle. Chose it for a reason, as did most of the individuals who moved to this portion of the county. We chose to move and live here for a reason. And I'm glad the folks in this portion of the county, especially this neighborhood, they showed up, they showed out, they spoke up, and they spoke up loud and clear. Kenny Johnson, exactly, pollution. I'm not certain how the sewer is going to be handled, just with, and it's just too many people crammed into that small area. Guys, we need to be smart with how we develop in Rockdale County. We need a land plan that we stick to. And that's not something that we stick to. This is not something that we do in Rockdale County. We don't need another recreational vehicle campsite in this area. Um, Not on East Fairview Road. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong neighborhood. So this is something we got to do, uh, guys. August the 22nd, the Board of Commission will be having same type of meeting. It's very important that you guys need to go to this meeting and let the board know how you feel about this. Just because you spoke to the planning commission, the board of commission can decide to not take the opinion or the advice of the planning commission and do what they want to do. The board needs to hear loud and clear from each and every one of you that you do not want this RV park in our agricultural residential neighborhood. August the 22nd. You need to go to that meeting. You need to let your voice be heard. I will be at that meeting. This past meeting, my friend George Kilichik, I had advocate for me. I was not going to be able to attend. I went to the Board of Education meeting. I have made a commitment to attend each and every Board of Education meeting between now and the first of the year when I take office, because it is important that I am up to tune on what is going on with the Board of Education. It's important that I know what's happened at each meeting, so that when I transition into that board seat, that I know everything that's going on with the school system. So I did not go to the one this past Thursday, but I will be going to the August 22nd meeting of the Rockdale County Board of Commission, so that I can voice my opinion to the board about the RV park that is proposed for East Fairview Road, just right around the curve from me, a little over 100 yards from my house. Out of control. I moved specifically to a region and an area for the tranquility, for the peace, for the quiet, and I do not need that nonsense coming next door to me. Tucker Cox has already told me he will not tolerate that kind of nonsense right beside him. He likes it. Molly likes it. Tucker and Molly have said no. Just to let you guys know, I don't think I've told you guys, there is a new member of the Cox family, and the new member is Coco Cox. Coco is a miniature dashing hound, and I might try to round her up in a minute and let you guys see Coco. But Coco is the newest member of the Cox household. It's like all members of the Cox family, she'll enter politics, and she'll be running for office here in the next few years as soon as she gets her education and she's geared up on the local events in Rockdale County. So you'll have another Cox entering politics here in Rockdale County. It'll be Coco Cox. She'll be joining her brother Tucker as a write-in candidate. That's right, Danielle. Tucker is not having it. Man, we are not going to have it. And you do not want me to send Molly Cox to that RV park if it happens. Molly would not tolerate and would clean that RV park up. So just telling you, not going to happen. Not going to fly. This is ridiculous to even think that this kind of thing is going to happen. Hey, I'm going to let you guys know something else real quick. Get off this topic for a minute, right? So, remember I told you guys September the 10th will be my first Board of Education listening town hall, my first town hall. So, I reached out to Pastor Philip Baker at the Shady Grove Baptist Church, and I was going to do it at a different venue, but I thought, Pastor Baker had mentioned to me that he would like for me to, address his church at some point, would like for me, me to have a town hall at his church. I reached out to Pastor Baker. He is in agreement with me having my first ever listening town hall at Shady Grove Baptist Church on September the 10th at 6 p.m. Now that's uh, uh, we have tentatively confirmed that this week. We're going to firm all that up and make that all happen. And but that's going to be exciting, right? It's going to be exciting to have the first educational listening town hall, and it'll be great to partner with Pastor Baker and Shady Grove Baptist Church to have that first education listening town hall meeting at Shady Grove Baptist Church. And like I said, I will not be doing the talking. You will. It will be me doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm going to bring my notepad and I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to take notes. We'll talk a little bit about what I can talk about and such, because right now I can be a little more flexible till January. When January comes, I'll truly be in listening mode at that point, I believe. But I'll be able to have a little interaction with you between now and first of the year at these meetings. So I'll get the address later on. We'll make a flyer and put it out, Miss Russo. So, but we'll do all that and everything. But we will put that out where it's going to be. The address, it'll be at Shady Grove Baptist Church, and it'll be at 6 p.m. on September the 10th. And we'll get that out there to you guys, the address and all that. And once we firm that date up for sure. I mean, but we're 90% there. That's what it's going to be. Pastor Baker just had to make sure of a few things, and we were good with. That's Alex, we're gonna like I said, once we firm that up for sure, I'm gonna put a site out there and put an invite out there, and we'll have the Rockdale voters send an email out, and I'll let the Voices for Rockdale start promoting it. We will start promoting that town hall probably toward the middle of next week is when we'll look at start promoting that with the address and everything. But I just wanted to give everybody a little precursor of that, let you know what's going on, that I was keeping my word about setting up these listening town halls. And, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about you guys being able to have input and do all that, right? I'm excited about that happening. And I think it's going to be a great thing for the citizens of Rockdale County to have input and be able to have a say and be able to go talk to Board of Education members and have a town hall. Because, I've been in this county 20 years, don't ever recall an educational town hall. So, knock on wood. First of many, Molly heard me knock on wood, did not like it. So that is going to be a great thing to do. Great thing to do. So you guys hold on one second. I'm gonna see if I can acquire Coco Cox and bring her in here and introduce you guys. That's Molly Barker. Coco. Coco. I'll give her back to you in a second. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I want to introduce you to Coco Cox. This is Coco. She is the newest member of the Cox household, and look for her to be on a ballot in the near future. This is Miss Coco here, guys. So she is the newest member of the family, and she's a little bit calm right now. Usually not calm at all, but wanted you guys to just meet little Coco and know that she is excited about being here in the neighborhood. She's excited about living on East Fairview Road, and she's excited about there not being an RV park that's going to interfere with her upbringing here in this neighborhood, and she does not want an RV park. So, guys, look at this face. Come on, she doesn't need to be subjected to an RV park. So it's up to me and you to make sure that Coco is not uh, victim of an RV park. So that's what we're going to do, guys. She can run for commissioner against Doreen. I agree with that, CJ. That may be what she does. She may be a write-in candidate against Doreen. So, but let's talk about that. So, Representative Taylor had stated she was going to introduce the legislation for the 5 commissioners by districts. That's going to be introduced in January this year. So, I think when that position comes up next time, it's going to be a district position, right? That's going to be interesting. So we're going to have districts, and part of Commissioner Chairman Van Ness's job is going to be to usher in this new form of government that you and I are going to get an opportunity to vote on. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that legislation that Representative Taylor is going to introduce. And it's a long time coming. Uh, I wholeheartedly support it. Uh, uh, and I think that we have got a lot to do, right? We've got a lot to do. And I think Corliss does live on the south end of Rockdale here too, Alex. That would be a great thing to have. I think Corliss run for the commission district on the south end here when she when that happens. So, so guys, I think we're going to have a lot of things happen here in Rockdale County that are going to be good. It is going to be good, and you guys are going to. It's a new day and a new time in Rockdale County. Like I told people many times, elections have consequences, and in January, I think we're going to have. So just to let you guys know, HR Resolution 1022 and HB 581, really the same thing. HR 022 is just the ballot amendment that will make 581 law. So it's really the same thing. It's 1022 is nothing more than the ballot question that goes on the ballot that will make 581 law. Really, they're the same thing. But people just need to understand. HR 1022 is the mechanism by which it goes on the statewide referendum to make 581 law of the land. So that's how that will work, and it'll be interesting to hear Will Barkley's talking about the assessment portion of it. I think there are still some things that he's not going to know because I spoke to the Lieutenant Governor's General Counsel the other day, and there's things that they don't know. And that's going to be, and they passed the legislation. So it's going to be very interesting because he did say as a piece of new legislation is rolled out and it's enacted, a lot of times there's some loose ends that have to be tied up, and they feel there'll be some loose ends that have to be tied up this coming session that they will have realized that were some loopholes or some things that are gaps that they will have to tighten up with 581, and they'll do that in January of this coming session after it passes the referendum. So that's what we do, right? So we're going to be fantastic, guys. We got a lot of things going on here in Rockdale County, and you guys are a big part of it. You guys made it happen by your interaction and you're going to the ballot box and voting for change. And now it's up to, people like me, right, who got elected, people like Janice, people like Tawanya Smith. It's people that you actually voted for to keep their word and bring about this change that you've asked for. Because it's what this election was, a change election. You voted for change and you're expecting change. And if you don't get change, you have every single right the next election cycle to say you didn't do what you said you were going to do. It's time to change again. But that's what I believe. Well, guys, I just wanted to come on tonight to talk a little bit about uh, the residents of in the area here on East Fairview. I mean, showing up, saying, "Hey, enough's enough." Uh, Wanted to let you know, guys, know that that the town hall for education is on the track to being scheduled. And I wanted to introduce you all to Miss Coco Cox here, to let you meet the newest member of the family. And that's it for me, guys. A little short show, short night. Glad to have each and every one of you joining me tonight. And let's get back together next week. Um, I'll do a little more digging next week. There's a few things I want to look into and talk about. So let's say good night tonight, and let's come back here next Sunday at 8 p.m. and let's have a show and talk about Rockdale County.